Λοιπόν, στο σημείο αυτό θα συνεχίσουμε ουσιαστικά την παρέλαση άλλων παραρτημάτων και αυτή τη φορά θα θέλαμε να σας δείξουμε τον περισσότερο ευρωπαϊκό χαρακτήρα της EUROAVIA. Αυτό το οποίο συμβαίνει είναι ότι πλέον δεν μπορούμε να συμμετάσχουμε σε international events, οπότε αποφασίσαμε μέσα από αυτό το webinar να φέρουμε τα international events στην παρούσα κατάσταση όσο το δυνατόν πιο εύκολα. Θα γυρίσουμε αυτή τη στιγμή, θα συνεχίσουμε στα αγγλικά, προκειμένου να καλωσορίσουμε και τους καλεσμένους. So, welcome guys, thank you so much for participating. We will try together to give to the viewers a small glance of what it is to be a real part of EUROAVIA and what's the whole European, not only the whole international spirit like. So, whenever you're ready, the stage is yours. Heidi, you are unmuted. Please unmute and start again. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you for being here and thank you to EUROAVIA Athens for inviting us. We are a small representation of the European reality that represents EUROAVIA. We come from 4 different AS, Pisa, Belgrade, Forli Bologna and Naples, and we will try to convey what is the spirit of EUROAVIA, a large family of students with a great passion in common. Okay. I am Heidi Garcia, president of EUROAVIA Pisa. AS Pisa is based at the University of Pisa in Italy and has been one of the founding associations of EUROAVIA since 1959. We gather all the students of the University of Pisa, but not only, and we aim to organize events, both local and international, every year. The organization of the association is managed by the local board, this year made up of 8 people, elected each year by the members. We currently have 104 members. My first approach with EUROAVIA was the International Space Up event, organized by EUROAVIA Pisa in May 2018. Moved by the enthusiasm for the event and for the advice of friends, I signed up for the first time in 2018. 6 months later, I took part of the local board. A year ago, I became president, precisely because of the desire to participate more and more actively in the initiatives carried out within EA. So, Space Ups are Space On Conference, where, as the name suggests, participants decide the topic, the schedule and the structure of the event. Everyone is encouraged to give a talk, a roundtable session, or to just simply share ideas about space exploration, space engineering, astronomy, and so on. This event was a wonderful experience, and I was able to follow conference that talking about space, Star Wars, and microelectronics. During this event, I realized that EUROAVIA will be a way to go. So they have already told you about Air Cargo Challenge, so I will not dwell on the characteristics of this event. In 2019, EUROAVIA Pisa participated in this event with the Bexilium Pisa team, made up of 8 aerospace engineering students. I did not participate directly in the event, but I followed the process from the scratch because I was in the local board. It was a hard work from finding sponsors and creating the models to building the aircraft that we call people. It is an experience that I highly recommend you because it allows you to learn a lot, much more than what we do at university. Despite all our efforts, we finished 17th, but the guys had fun. But above all, they learning a lot, from team working to modeling. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this year we had to do all the events online. We have held conferences such as that of the Sol system about CATIA software, or the one held by 3 important Italian scientist communicators about the very requiring topics such as why spend money in space. We made a competition where we built small planes and also a mini programming course because it is a very popular skill in the working world. Also, this year we held a conference about how it will be like to live on the moon and Mars, and an interview with the important company of the sector to allow our members to get closer to the working world, one of the main objectives of our association. Next week, we will make a virtual visit to one of the largest interferometers in the world. Its name is Virgo, which is here in Pisa and which has contributed to the reception of gravitational wave. You guys are all invited. Here you can see some of the screenshots. In the previous slide, you can see some of the screenshots made during these online events. Finally, here you can see all the guys of the local board who work to carry out to all our projects for our members. If you want to learn, get involved, team up, and meet beautiful people, I recommend you sign up for EUROAVIA and remember, build the windows of your future.
Thank you, Heidi, for the beautiful presentation. My name is Dusan Lazic. I am from ES Belgrade, and I will tell you about the experiences that I have with my affiliated society. First of all, as you could already presume, we are stationed at the University of Belgrade, Serbia. We have a lot of students ranging from the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, the Faculty of Electrical Engineering, Organizational Sciences, etc. And the team started working in April of 2018. So we are a relatively young team, but nevertheless, that didn't stop us in participating in international events as well as competitions. Regarding the events, we only hosted one event, which was the Belgrade Symposium from the 10th of March until the 14th of March. Unfortunately, with the corona situation and everything, we only had 12 guests as opposed to 20 guests from all over Europe. But that didn't stop us from actually learning and bonding and and actually share our experiences and build our friendships. And also we had 6 lectures regarding the aerospace and aeronautical industry with focus to actually building and manufacturing unmanned aerial vehicles. As you already know, one of the biggest projects in Europe regarding EUROAVIA is the Air Cargo Challenge, but there is also another one, the Airbus Sloshing Challenge, in which we participated in 2019. This was the first project that AS Belgrade ever competed in. The objective of that competition is where teams are tasked to design a rocket that incorporates mechanisms to control the dynamic forces introduced by the movement of water stored within an unpressurized tank. This is actually a challenge to simulate the conditions experienced by real-world aerospace vehicles containing liquid propellant. This, as I already said, this was the first time that we participated in the challenge, and it was actually in Greece, in Patras. So that's really nice. And because the challenge and the competition takes two phases. In the first phase, I'm really proud to say that we took first place. And in the second phase, as well as our overall result was fourth place with our rocket, which is named Aurora. And you can see the picture on the far right of your screen. I just wanted to briefly talk to you about my experience with that competition. It taught me a lot because I really felt the first of all, I really felt the competition, but that was my like 2 or 3 weeks when I was making the rocket itself. But when I came to Patras and made some really good friends, those friends really, even though 2 years have passed from that competition, I regularly talk to them, ask them about how they are, especially with this Corona situation. But those are friendships that I think that they last for life. Regarding the Air Cargo Challenge, at the same year, 2019, we took the 19th place overall. So, yeah. Thank you for listening. I really hope to see you soon. Keep safe and best wishes from Belgrade.
So, hello guys, I am Matteo Mangone, and today I will be introducing you to EUROAVIA Naples from Italy. Before I begin, I would like, first of all, to thank EUROAVIA Athens for this event, because I think that one of the things that EUROAVIA in general is all about is to create this network between passionate people about aerospace. And those kinds of events achieve just that. So really, thank you. EUROAVIA Napoli. EUROAVIA Napoli is an association inside EUROAVIA has been an association inside EUROAVIA for quite a while. In fact, we began our journey in 1991. And since then, we offer our members regular sets of events. For example, among them are seminars about aerospace theme. We usually held 4 of those each year, thanks to the collaboration of Aeropolis, which is another organization that has worked with EUROAVIA Napoli since almost the beginning. On the other hand, something that we are very proud of are our workshops. In fact, each year we challenge ourselves by organizing a competition, a technical competition about rockets, about drones, or about airplane models. This year, unfortunately, as you know, those kinds of events has not been possible. So we create a technical workshop online through sending a set of engineering challenge to our associates, and they gave us papers and solution through online meetings. And that went amazing. One of the things that we have done during last year, since we couldn't do physical events, was webinars. Those kinds of webinars were as well as the seminars that we held physically about aerospace themes. One of those, for example, was with a company that is involved into the construction of fighter jets. But the one that we are most proud of was with Roger Hunter. We actually had 2 of those, which is the lead project manager of the Kepler Space Telescope. Very quickly, I want to introduce to you my journey inside the association to let you know more or less what's a classical way to enter the scheme of EUROAVIA. I first met the association by participating at one of those workshops that I talked to you about, specifically a rocket workshop. During that event, I first-handedly have noticed that EUROAVIA can guarantee to you professional connection and friendship through a set of challenges that put you on the field. What you actually learn from university, you can try it on technical challenges. And that's something that really, as an engineering student at the first year, was really needed. After that, I did the second step, which was to join the actual local board of EUROAVIA. And I went from participating to an event to actually organizing one. That event was another workshop, this time about drones, and was the EUROAVIA Napoli game of drones. The event was great and was about the building and construction of drones, testing them and evaluating them into a set of challenges. And from that, I then, after the event was done, I became the international contact member of the association EUROAVIA Napoli. That gave me another opportunity that EUROAVIA often gives, which is the possibility of creating links and network with important engineering and aerospace companies. That it's something that on the long run, for each engineering student, is very important. I want to leave you with my personal experience into international events of EUROAVIA. If you're not very familiar with those, during an international event in general of EUROAVIA is a huge gathering of people all passionate about the same things. Usually aerospace, but it can be also in industrial engineering. And depending on the kind of events that you join in, for example, there are workshops, there are fly-in, and there are congresses. You can either have fun while meeting lots of people that will definitely leave you with something when you came back home, or prove yourself in a workshop, or maybe help shape the very future of the international association, which is EUROAVIA. And above all that, you really get the feel of the huge family that EUROAVIA really is, and leave you with a very professional set of skills. So if you have any opportunity to join one of those international events, I really suggest you to do so. I will leave you with the link of my association and with a phrase in Italian, which is chi vola vale, that literally means the one who flies is the one who counts. So thank you, and I leave the stage to Elena.
Thank you, Matteo. Good evening, everyone. My name is Elena Tenucci, and I am the president of EUROAVIA Forli Bologna. With this presentation, I would like to introduce you to our association and our events. Okay, as the name suggests, we are based in Forli, which is a city in Italy founded by the Romans. And all of our members are students from the University of Bologna, which is the most ancient university in Europe. We are a very young association because we were born just at the beginning of 2019. And we became a true affiliated society of EUROAVIA just a few months ago in May 2020. Right now, our association has about 55 members, but we expect to grow even more. And about my personal experience in EUROAVIA, let's say I firstly joined in May 2019. And to be honest, I really have to thank also EUROAVIA Athens, because at the very beginning of our association, no one knew at our university what EUROAVIA was. And a girl from Forli, who is now a very good friend for me, joined the satellite symposium organized by EUROAVIA Athens. She had so much fun, and she made a lot of new friends that when she came back to the university, she used to stop random people all around the university to tell her experience and In this way, a lot of people joined EUROAVIA, and I was among them. So I really need to thank EUROAVIA Athens even for this. Okay, so about our event, I would like to talk about how we faced quarantine. So in May, we started to organize some online conference calls. Here you can see the first 3 ones that we hosted. For example, the first one was with an assistant professor from the University of Colorado, who talked about the importance of studying the behavior of bacteria in space, so that we can improve the development of medicine on Earth. The second one was a conference with 2 astrophysicists who talked about the past, the present, and the future of the planet Mars. And so from its formation to speculations of future human colony, for example. And last but not least, we hosted a questions and answers session with Christer Fuglesang, who is ex-ESA astronaut, and he holds the record for the longest time spent in outer space on spacewalks. Right now, from October to December, we are hosting new conferences. The first one was about 2 ESA missions, Bepi Colombo and Euclid. And the speaker was an astrophysicist who is now working on both missions. So as you may know, Bepi Colombo is a probe headed to Mercury, while Euclid is a new mission that is going to be launched in a few years, and it will try to study the shape of the universe. And the last conference we had was with a member of the Alumni Association of EUROAVIA, who talked about his experience in EUROAVIA when he was young, and about startups, because it was among the first ones in Italy to deal with startups. And lastly, I would like to say that we invite you to our next conference, because all these conferences were open to all the associations, so all the members of EUROAVIA. And it will be about CubeSats and space debris. It will be on Tuesday, and I think you can find the link to apply in the chat of the YouTube channel. Otherwise, we'll see in our contacts on our Instagram page, and so on. And about the real events, I would like to introduce you to the international atmosphere with the international event that we organized in November 2019. It was an aerodynamics symposium. We chose aerodynamics because near Forlì, we have a very important laboratory, which is called Ciclope, where we have one of the longest wind tunnels in the world. So researchers from literally all over the world come to Forlì to study, for example, turbulence, because the wind tunnel reaches very high Reynolds numbers. And of course, since this was a symposium, we had some lectures held by the professors of our university. And we also had, as you can see in the right picture, 2 training sessions with certified trainers of EUROAVIA International. And lastly, I would like to talk about my personal experience in an international event that I didn't organize. And it was at the end of February, so right before quarantine. And it was the fly-in in Bordeaux. Since this one was a fly-in, it was less technical. It was a more cultural event. So we visited the city, so the monuments, churches, and so on. And we had the opportunity to participate in the first edition of the Aerospace Europe Conference, where companies, professors, researchers from all over the world shared with us their research and the latest news in technology and in their work. So I would like to thank you for your attention. You can find some of our contacts, and I would like, of course, to thank EUROAVIA Athens again for the invite.
So thank you guys. It was a really great presentation. I think it's achieved its goal to 100%. So now we have some questions in the comment section. And I think the first one is for Matteo. Nicholas wants to tell more about how you contributed to the Kepler telescope project.
Well, actually, the thing is that we have this amazing contact, this amazing person, which is Roger Hunter, that was the lead manager for the project manager for the mission Kepler Space Telescope. He really, since for 3 or 4 years, has been a really great friend of our association, and very often has actually came to Italy to visit us and have speeches with us. So in those online conferences that I mentioned about, he went really into details about what was what's like to develop a project inside NASA, and all the little unexpected things that might happen. So maybe if we had a problem with a colleague, how they deal with it in NASA. And those things were really, really helpful for our associates for a whole different sets of situation. So if you have any opportunity to follow a seminar or speech that Roger Hunter gives, I really can't advise you more than just go and listen to him. There is a TED Talk that he gave, which is amazing. So really, go watch it.
Thank you. The next question is if members from AS Athens, and I will expand it, members from other affiliate societies can participate to an online event that a special affiliate society organizes. So maybe Heidi can answer about it.
Oh yes, our events are all open to all the members of the EUROAVIA. The main problem is that our events are mainly in Italian, but you are all welcome.
Okay. The next question is that if affiliate societies collaborate with each other. So, Dusan, would you like to say a word?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's actually we kind of inherent that we, of course, we should help each other, and of course we should incorporate our knowledges in any types and kinds of ways. It's actually encourageable to actually communicate and cooperate for, I mean, I don't know, anything. So if any of you or any of all of our ASs has any idea that any ideas as this video presentation is a collaboration between ASs, and I think that is the one of the most beautiful parts of being an EUROAVIan. So I hope that this answers my question.
Yeah, that was great. Elena, they want to know more about the Open Conference and how they can join.
Yeah, well, for all the conferences, we always post them on our Instagram page. So I guess you send the contacts in the YouTube channel, so you can find it there. Otherwise, just type EUROAVIA Forli Bologna in the Instagram and you will find us. There you can find all the information, and in our link in our biography on Instagram, you can find the link to apply to. So you can always find everything there.
Okay, great. A question for Matteo about EUROAVIA Naples. Vangelis said that regarding EUROAVIA Napoli being widely known, that is one of the bigger local associations of EUROAVIA, what do you think is the key element for this? How did you succeed and maintain this?
Well, about being one of the biggest association in terms of participants, we thankfully had a really nice, we are quite old association, being born in 1991, so the foundation is there. Everyone in the Federico II knows about the presence of EUROAVIA Napoli as an institution inside the university, and the professor themselves advises new students to, when they join university at the first year, to directly go to us and be a member of our association. They also allow us to go inside the classroom and take part of their lecture time to introduce the association. So I think one of the key factors to grow in terms of members is to appeal the younger students, and one way to do that is to befriend, in any way you can, the professors, and make them invested in what you do. So maybe you could ask them to participate to your events. Each time we held a workshop, we always have the help of a professor inside our university that is involved with us since the beginning. And with that, we develop a partnership with him.
Okay, thank you for your answer. A question for Elena about the bioastronautics project. Was it just about bacteria, or did you also talk about plants and tropism? And if so, what solutions were proposed for the lack of gravity?
During that conference, the speaker talked about bacteria because he was working on a NASA project that was specifically about that topic. So we didn't explore more in this sense. So I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay. Also a declaration. The same, Nicholas asks about if it was only about the bacteria, or it was about prevention of disease, or also production of medicine from them.
Yeah, it was something related to, at zero gravity, bacteria, of course, behave differently. So by studying their behavior in space, they would like to improve medicine on Earth. So how do we fight bacteria and viruses and stuff like that on Earth by studying their behavior in space? So yeah, basically it was this topic.
Okay, thank you. I think that your camera, it just unfreezed.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes it freezes.
You're in a really great position. Okay, so guys, if we do not have any more questions in the comments, I think that was it. I would really like to thank you for your participation and all of our rehearsals and the effort that you put to it. So I guess we'll see each other around Europe.
Thank you. Ciao ragazzi, alla prossima.
Thank you very much. Vidimo se ljudi.
Thank you guys. Ciao ragazzi.
Ciao a tutti, ci vediamo in giro per l'Europa.
Thanks for being with us, guys.
Ελπίζω να μπορέσαμε να σας δώσουμε στον μεγαλύτερο βαθμό που μπορούμε μια ιδέα του πώς νιώθει κάποιος όντας EUROAVIan. Ελπίζω πάρα πολύ να καταλάβετε όλα όσα είπαν τα παιδιά και κυρίως να μετέδωσαν αυτό το πνεύμα το οποίο κανονικά θα είχαμε σε international events καθημερινά. Μια τελευταία διευκρίνηση σχετικά με το event το οποίο ανέφερε η Έλληνα. Έχουμε αποστάρει ήδη στα comments και το link του post που έχει αναρτήσει η EUROAVIA Forli Bologna στο Instagram της, αλλά και το link για τη φόρμα συμμετοχής.